call is now being recorded.
Yeah. So let me take you to the this online compiler. There is a lot of online compilers available, right? I simply did what I just searched online C compiler, and out of the first three, I just started the second one, online C compiler programming. So you can start any C compiler, or if you have the software like Turbo and all. I'm sorry. If you have the Turbo and all the software, you can do over there also. So for the demonstration purpose, so let's say this is a compiler. And what I was asking all of you that whether you all know how to take different types of inputs, okay, from the user, and then print it on the screen, at least that basic stuff, and then we can move ahead, right? So if you can just put in the chat, I mean the chat box, then I will understand that how many of you know this thing. Otherwise, I can just take one or two example and then I can explain. So just let me know whether all of you know these things, because in the experiments it might be over. And I once I took one example, but I didn't take much example because I had to cover a lot of theory. So just let me know. So all of you, if you could just put in the chat box, yes, then I can understand that many of you know. Otherwise, I can just simply take one example and then we'll explain. Okay, so yeah, okay, very good. Then, if you know this, then there is no issue. So, we started with the operators, okay? And I wanted to finish the operator. So, we'll take up the examples of the operators and we'll try to solve it, the examples from there. And then we can move ahead to the next topic, that is our control structure. Just 1 minute. Okay. So, we'll take a few examples. So, let's take this example. Like this kind of questions can be asked. So we have to solve this particular expression. Okay. The values are given over here. A is equal to 8, then B is equal to 4, then C is equal to 2, D is equal to 1, E is equal to 5, and F is equal to 20. And the expression is given to you, that is A plus B minus, then in the bracket C plus D. If I can just zoom out here. So A plus B minus in the bracket C plus D into 3 mod E plus F by 9. And you can write the question that solve the following expression, and also write the hierarchy of each and every step. Also write the hierarchy of each and every step. So this is a simple question. In fact, I had solved this kind of question. I'll just start my OneNote also, or I'll just start the Epic Pen. So all of you can try this particular example and let me know the answer. So you can just put in the chat box if you just finish. solve this particular expression and let me know the answer. Then I will solve. Put your answer in the chat box so that I can understand that you are able to solve. So nobody has able to solve till now. Let me see who is solving first. Trupti Pawar, 10 answer. Okay. This question hardly should take 2 minutes, okay, to be solved. Yeah, for solving this particular question, you must remember the priority or the precedence and the associativity of the operator. Because if you clearly observe in this particular expression, all the arithmetic expressions are involved. So you must know the arithmetic expression and what is their precedence and the associativity. So if we just talk about arithmetic operation, there is division, then there is mod sign, and there is multiplication. So these three operators are on the same precedence level. Okay, so they are having the higher precedence in comparison to this plus and minus. Plus and minus having low precedence. So division, mod, and multiplication are having higher precedence, which are on the same level, and plus and minus lower precedence. What about the associativity? So associativity is from left to right. Associativity is from left to right. Okay. So only Trupti could solve this particular problem. Okay. So that clearly suggests that I need to explain it again. So I'll explain this how to solve this particular problem. Okay. Now, from this particular expression, since all the arithmetic operators are involved, uh, we first need to check whether division, mod, and multiplication is there. So yes, it is there, right? Now there are one is multiplication, and then this mod is there, and then the division is there. Now since these three are on the same level, so which operation to be performed first, right? Which operation to be performed first, because these three are on the same level. So to resolve that particular stuff, we need to go via associativity. Okay, so associativity, we know that it's from left to right. So we'll go from this particular direction. We'll go from this particular direction. We'll try to solve. So here I'll write the hierarchy. Okay, that is the operation which we will going to perform. So I'll write the hierarchy. So first operation which we are seeing when once we'll move from left to right, we're going to observe this multiplication. So I'll be solving multiplication. Okay. So this is nothing but a plus b minus c plus d. Okay, one more thing. There is one more operator. So that operator is bracket. Okay, if you see this bracket is there. So if you just check the precedence of the bracket, that is even the higher than the this arithmetic operators. Okay, because if you see in the first we start with the round bracket. If you remember, I gave you two statement to remember all the operators. So in the very first line, you will see that this round bracket is there, which is having the highest precedence. So now in the entire expression, there are two things. One is the arithmetic operators and one is this round bracket. Okay, now we will going to solve first round bracket because this is having the highest precedence. So I'll just delete this. Okay. So A plus, and first thing I'll try to write with the number. So I'll just put A is equal to 8, B is equal to 4, minus C is what 2, D is what 1, then into 3 mod E is what 5, and then plus F is what 20, F is 20 divided by 9. Okay, 20 divided by 9. Now, so let's first solve the bracket. So I'm writing the bracket first. 8 plus 4 minus 2 plus 1 is what 3 into 3 mod 5 plus 20 divided by 9. Okay, now the round bracket is removed. Now all the operators which are left, those are only the arithmetic operators. We'll go from left to right. And the first operator which I am observing, that this is the multiplication. So I'll solve that multiplication first. 8 plus 4 minus 9 divided by 5 plus 20 divided by 9. Okay, next operator, mod is there, right? If I go from left to right, so I'll write over here mod. So 8 plus 4. Now in the question, it's not mentioned that we supposed to carry out the float division. So we'll carry out the integer division, and if you divide 9 by 5, it will go one time. Okay, and what will be the remainder? So the mod sign will always give you the remainder. Okay? For example, if I am having 3 mod 2, so one time it will go, remainder will be 1. So similarly 9 mod 5 will give me what? So one time it will go and the remainder will be what? 4, right? So here I'm writing 4, then plus 20, and then 9. Okay, then sorry. So I'm solving over here since I don't have place down. So after that, after this particular line, yeah. So there it was 8 plus 4 minus 4 plus 20 divided by 9. Now, which operator is left? From left to right, this is the division one. So I'll be solving division. 8 plus 4 minus 4. Division, how many times it will go? We have to consider the integer division. So 2 times it will go, right? So that is solved. Now, if now the plus and minus are left, and so we will follow the associativity from left to right because plus and minus are on the same level. So first, I'll going to see this particular plus. So here I'll resolve that plus. 8 plus 4, 12 minus 4 plus 2, right? And then if I'll go from left to right, I'll be seeing this minus first. So I'll be solving minus 12 minus 4 is what, 8, and plus 2. And after this, only one operation is left, that is plus. So answer is what, 10. So Trupti, whatever Trupti solved, that is correct. Very good, Trupti. Okay. Now let's see the next example. I hope if anybody has any doubt in this particular problem, please ask me if anybody has any doubt, and then we can move to the next question. No doubt. Whether I'm audible or not, I'm not able to understand. I mean, whether you all people are
Audible.
listening. Okay, okay, Jyoti. Okay, so let's move to the next problem. So please write down this particular problem. A is equal to 17, B is equal to 5, C is equal to 6, D is equal to 3, E is equal to 5. Now exactly the previous, like the same problem. Here we are having the round bracket and then the arithmetic operation. So quickly solve this particular example and let me know the answer in the chat box. Let's see who will solve first. So the values are given. A is equal to 17, B is equal to 5, C is equal to 6, D is equal to 3, E is equal to, are supposed to solve. I'm asking about the output of this question. Okay. So you have to solve this expression and also let me know the hierarchy of each and every operation. So just give the answer of this one. Let's see if Trupti will again solve this first or somebody else. Oh, Aradhna has solved and answer is 5. Okay. So Adit, Adit also got 5. Very good. Gauri got 5. Okay, so many have solved. That means you have understood. I'll just quickly explain it again. No, the bracket. If it okay, I'm sorry, got disconnected. Uh, just wait. Um, the problem is in the laptop I got disconnected. Okay, so just wait for 1 minute. It's getting connected again. Okay, I'll share my screen. Yeah. So I was explaining that first we supposed to solve this bracket because bracket is having the highest precedence, and then we can move ahead by solving the mod operation first, then the division, and then this. But whichever is coming from left to right first, right? So first we'll have to see in the mod division and multiplication, and then we can go with the plus and minus. So the answer for this one is 5. Okay. Now solve this particular expression and let me know the answer. The expression is given A into B minus C divided by D less than E plus F. So less than is which relational operator output will be 0 or 1. Okay. And for solving this particular example, you must know the precedence of arithmetic operator. So kind information, if you don't remember, you can later see the table. But the relational operator is having lower precedence than the arithmetic operators. So this information is enough to solve this particular example. Just solve this example and let me know the answer. So let me check who is answering first. Prajakta is giving 1, Trupti 0, Vishal 0. Prajakta, all are giving 0. So just check your answer again. Okay, okay. So its answer is 0. Yeah, very good. Very good, all of you. So I'll just quickly let me explain these things. If anybody is not understanding, then okay. So right now in this particular expression, I'll be solving for this multiplication. So first of all, let me put the values. 4 into B value is 5, then minus C value is 6, divided by D value is 3, less than E value is what, 5, and plus F value is 10. So we know that this relational operator is having less precedence. First, we will solve what, multiplication, because multiplication division will come first. So this multiplication I am solving first operation, that is 20 minus 6 divided by 3 less than 5 plus 10. Then after this division will come. So 20 minus, now the division will come 2, right? Then 5 plus 10. So after this minus will come, so 18 less than 5 plus 10. Then the next one is what? 18 less than 5 plus 10. So 15. So whether 18, I mean the last operator is what, less than. So whether 18 is less than 15, yes or no. So it's a false. So that's why the answer will be what? 0. Okay, so very good. Those who have solved, those who have not solved, please practice later. Okay, I explained this. Now let's go to the next one. Okay, it's the same, more or less it's the same. We will not solve this one. Yeah, I want you to solve this particular. Okay, so let's solve this expression, and let me know the answer. Let's see who will going to solve this. If you see, the logical or is there, logical and is there, then the bracket is also there, and so basically it's a combine, and the bracket is there, right? So it's a combination of arithmetic operators, logical operators, and the bracket. So please try to solve this and let me know the answer. You can refer the table. Okay, if you don't remember the precedence, you can refer the table. But for your point to remember, I just gave two statements. If you could just remember those two statements, and I told you that only there are three types of operator which are having from right to left. Rest all are having from left to right. So you will be able to easily remember that concept. If you're not understood, then you can just quickly revise my last video later. Okay, and you'll be able to see. So all the videos are there in the Google Classroom. You can just simply revise, and you'll be able to understand that. Let's see who will be the first to give the answer. Vishal has given answer 0, Trupti 1, Chirag 1. So these three very good. Let's see because there is a. So Vishal just check where, I mean, all are getting one. So very good, very good. Okay, Vishal. So almost all of you are giving answer, and so I would say that Trupti, Chirag, and Aradhana gave on the same time mostly. So in fact, all gave almost at the same time. What about the others? Whether others are not able to solve? See, there are 48 students. Okay, so only 5, 6 are replying. You must learn now. Okay, this is the time to learn. I mean, how to solve this. So let me explain. So if you see again over here, it's a combination of bracket, right? So we're going to solve the bracket first. Oh, okay, so we're going to solve this bracket first, right? So first of all, you must put all the values. So it's like 8 minus b is what, 3. Then this is OR operation. It's a pipe symbol OR. Then the bracket a 8 minus b is what, 3. Then into c is 2 plus, and then plus d. So d is 3, and then there is AND operation. Then e, that is 2 minus f is 11 mod 3. Okay, so first we're going to resolve this bracket. So I'm writing this bracket first. So 8 minus 3, or so 8 minus 3 into 2 will be what, 10, right? And then plus 3 and 2 minus 11 mod 3. Now, now this is the combination of simply the logical operators and the arithmetic. So again, the way relational operators having less precedence than the arithmetic operators, similarly the logicals are also having the less precedence than the arithmetic. So first we're going to resolve the arithmetic operators, but in the logical and is having high precedence and then the OR operation. Okay, OR is having low precedence. So remember that. So at the end we will solve first and then the OR. Okay. So now we'll solve this minus first. So 5 or anybody is asking anything?
Sir, mod will come first or minus?
Yeah, mod is also there. Okay, thanks a lot. So mod is also there. So mod will be solved first. I'll just
Sir,
yeah.
sir, sir, that bracket will become 2 now. First we will solve 3 into 2.
This is there in the entire bracket. Okay, so entire thing will be solved.
So the
Clear?
bracket value will be 2.
Okay. Yeah. So I
So
mean the
8
three
minus
into yes. Yeah. Into is there. So in the bracket we have to solve everything, but it's into is there. So you have to solve that first and then the minus one. Okay. What was the values?
8, 3.
A. Okay. Expression I've written something over there. Yeah, it's A minus B. Okay. A minus. So A is what? 8 minus B is 3, then R, and this expression is there 8 minus 3 into 2. Okay, so we have to solve this bracket first. So this is a into, right? So 3 into 6, and this 8 minus 6. So this will be having output 2. Now 8 minus 3, 2, and then after that we are having this D. So D ka value is 3, and E2 minus F11 mod 3. So in this entire expression now mod is there. Okay, so mod we will going to solve first. So if you divide 11 by 3, right? So 3 times it will go. Okay, and they will get 9. So 11 minus 9, 2 will be the remainder. So this expression value will be what? 2. Okay, and then after this, now only what is remaining, that is 8, I mean minus sign and the plus sign and the logical operators. So now minus and plus sign, so we'll go from left to right. First we'll solve this one. This is 5, 8 minus 3 5, then or 2 plus 3, and so this is 2, and here I think remaining is what? 2. Okay, now from this one expression we are getting this plus first. So 5 or 2 plus 3 is 5, and 2 minus 2. So after this minus we will solve. So 5 or 5, and this is 0. Now we are remaining with only two operators, that is or and the and the and logical and is having higher precedence than the or. So we're going to solve this one first. And if we check this one 5 with 0, so this is a false value. Okay, this is a false value. So I told you the table of and if any of the inputs, is false, then the output will be false. So for example, for these three cases we are having zero output. Only when both the inputs are true will be having one. So this 5 and 0, where 5 is true value but the 0 is false value, so we'll be getting 0, and then the final will be 5 or 0. Now for the OR case, if even if the one input is true, the entire expression output will be true. So for example, 1101 1011 uh, 00. So for all these we are having 1 1 1. Only for the last case we are having 0, because both the inputs are true. This is for the OR case. So here in our question we are having 5 or 0. So second input, though the second input is false, but the first input is what, true. So we'll be getting what? You will be getting 1. Okay. So those who have not solved, please refer it later and they can solve it. Let's go to the next one. So now we'll be seeing few outputs and we're going to solve that. Okay. Okay, before that, I was searching one and an or. Okay, let's try to see the output of this one. Okay, so write this question. This is the main and the question is given like this. So we'll have to write the output. The question is like this: write the output for the following program, and the program is given. So note down this particular program and we'll try to solve this one. Note down this program first, leave the space, leave write on a new page and leave the space, and then in the similar way we'll see one more problem. So before this problem we'll solve that one first. So just note down this particular problem. Okay, so the code I have pasted in the chat box. Only thing void main is not there. Okay, so only the body part I pasted. Before that we'll solve. Sample is not given. Just 1 minute. Yeah, we'll solve this one first. So for that question, just leave the space, write down this question, and we're going to solve this one first. I'll just copy paste this. Okay. So let's see this example. In this particular example, if we see, we have to write the output of this particular program. Now the first line is what? Int x is equal to 8. So x is equal to 8 will be assigned. Okay, so we are having x is equal to 8. Now see the second line, printf, sorry, a second line, printf x is equal to %d slash n x. So here I am writing the output. Output will come only with the printf statement. Okay, so it's written like x is equal to, so x is equal to %d. So at the place of %d, x ka value will be printed, and x ka value is what? 8. So x is equal to 8 will be printed, and after that slash n is there, so it will go to the next line. So we are over here in the next line. Now if you see, so this line we have completed. Now let's go to the, sorry, the second line we have completed. Now let's go to this particular line. So it's written printf x is equal to %d, and then tab is there. So one tab is equal to 8 blank spaces. Okay, like this we'll be having 8. So one value will be printed over here. Then after that, 8 spaces will be left, and the next value will be printed. Okay. Anyway, what values to be printed? It's written x is equal to %d. So x is equal to %d, and x plus plus will be printed. Now since this is what? Post increment operator. So I told you, if it is a post increment operator, first the value will be assigned, okay, or will be printed, and then after that particular statement, value will be incremented. Since this is what? Post. Now in this particular line, x ka value will be 8. X value will be 8. Then it will leave 8 blank spaces. Okay, and once this statement is over, x will be incremented by 1, so x will become 9. Okay, so once we'll go to this particular line, third line, x ka value has become 9. Now in this particular statement, x is equal to %d, and simply x value needs to be printed, and then after that t is there, slash t. So here it's like this, x is equal to, and we know that now x is changed to 9. So there is a in between tab, and after that there is one more tab, right? So after this it will leave a tab like this. So if I write over here x is equal to 8, then there is a tab, space is there, then x is equal to 9, then again there will be space, right? And now what? In the next line over here, it's written x is equal to %d, x minus minus. So this is a post decrement, right? So if it is a post decrement, then whenever it's a post operation, first the value will be assigned, and then the value will be incremented or decremented. So now here the x ka value is what? X is equal to 9, and there is a tab. Okay, so this line will be not come. Okay, I'm just telling you that there will be space, and then after this particular line, the value will be incremented. X ka value will be incremented, x will become 8. So the last line is what? X is equal to, and we are printing x value. X will be printed as what? 8. So this will be the final answer, right? So first value is printed like x is equal to 8, and after that it will be printed like this. Whether all of you understood this? Any doubt in this program?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, so then let's move to the next problem. If if we just copied this, we'll go to the next problem. Yeah. So just tell me the output of this one. Here we are having the pre-increment or pre-decrement exactly similar to the previous problem, but we are having the pre-increment or pre-decrement. So just let me know the output of this one. So in this example, if you see, let me see who is giving first answer. Vishal has given first answer 89988. Very good, Vishal. Let's see what will be the output. Trupti is also given x is equal to 8 and x is equal to 9. So yeah, I mean the way Trupti is writing, that is proper way, okay, because in the first line one in output will come, and then from the next line everything will be printed. No, Trupti, I think in one line only everything will be printed because everything is there with the slash t. So in two line it will not come. In one line only it will come, and there won't be any comma and all. Okay, so Jyotirmay, there is not a comma in between in the output. And the first Vishal has given, but Vishal has not written with x equal to, so he has missed that part. Okay, so let me write this. So int x is equal to 8, x will get 8 value. Now the first printer which I am encountering, that is x is equal to %d slash tx. So x value will be printed, x is equal to 8. And then there is a slash t, so 8 spaces will be left. And then after that, the next printf I'm encountering, this first is over. The next one is printf x is equal to %d slash t plus x. It's a prefix, okay, pre-increment. So first the value will be incremented and then it will be printed. So value of x was 8, Now x will become 9 and then it will be printed. So it's like this, x is equal to 9. This is 8 blank spaces. Here also after this 8 blank spaces. And then the next statement is what? X is equal to, I mean x is equal to, and x ka value simply will have to print. So this will be x is equal to 9. And then again there will be spaces. The next statement is x is equal to minus x. So this is a pre-decrement. First value will be decremented. So 9 will become 8 again, and then the value will be printed. So x is equal to 8. And the last statement is what? X value simply to be printed. So this will become x is equal to 8. So this is the answer. Yeah, Prajakta has given answer. So all of you must have understood, I think. Yeah. Okay, Rishikesh has also given. Very good. Very good. So let's see the next problem. Okay, we'll now solve. Okay, so now we'll go to that problem. Okay, there is one more interesting problem. We'll solve this one. Yeah, we'll solve this one first before moving to that problem. So all of you write this and just let me know the output. A is equal to 5, B is equal to 5, then print a percent %d, then comma is there. Okay, so in this comma is there, percent %d, then slash t, plus A, comma B, minus, then A, B, plus A, B, plus. Just let me know the answer. I want that all the students must participate. Okay, only 5 6 people are giving the answer. So if you want to really learn, okay, you must need to participate. If you're not understanding, you can ask me 10 times. I will try to give the answer and I will explain 10 times, right? But the idea is everybody must learn because I am here to teach all of you, right? Not only 5 6 students. And unless until all will learn, then it will not going to serve my purpose. So whether it doesn't matter whether you are from the EXCC background, okay, or from any other branch, this has to be there, okay. Or you all must learn this particular language, and this is the starting of a programming world, right? And once you will have the command over this particular language, then any language you can learn properly. So please try to participate, try to learn this language. Now let me see who will going to answer first. Okay. Reference. Okay, then Elvis, Asad, very good. Very good. Many are giving the answer. So let's see which one will be the proper answer. I'll explain. And those who have solved, okay, those who have solved, they can go to this particular example and let me know the answer. By that time, I'll explain this one. So you all can try the next one, that is this one. You need to tell what is the output of this particular. Okay. So for this problem, now A is equal to, I'll write this output. So A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 5. Okay, in the first line. Then the first printer which is coming, it's saying that %d comma %d. So that means that this is a placeholder for this the first number, and this is a placeholder for the second number. Okay, and which kind of number to be printed? It's a decimal kind of number, that is the integer number. So plus a pre-incremented, right? So pre-increment is there. First the value will be incremented and then it will be printed first. So it's a pre-increment. The value of plus a is what? 6 comma, and b minus post decrement. So the first value will be printed and then it will be decremented. So this will be 6 comma 5, and after this particular statement, when this statement is over, now b will be changed to 4. Okay, b will be changed to 4. Now in the next line over here, it's %d comma %d. So there is a tab. After this there is a tab. Okay, so I'll have to write over here. The next line is your %d a b. So we have to print the value of a and b. So a value is what? 5 only, right? But the b value got changed to 4. Sorry, a value is what? 6. I'm sorry, a value is what? 6, and then b value got decremented and b value is what? 4. Now in the next line again, this is with the tab, so over here the answer will come. So I'll write like this: 6 comma 5. Then here will come the answer. Next one, %d comma %d plus a plus b. Now at present we are having, this is a ka value and this is b ka value, right? Plus a. So first value will be incremented and then it will be printed. So value will become 7, and b plus. So first value will be printed and then it will be incremented because this is post increment. So b value is what? 4. And after this statement, once this statement is over, the b will become this. B will become 5. So in the next statement, it's what? %d comma %d, a and b value. So a value is what? 7, and b value will be what? 5. So I hope many of you have given the answer. 656474. Yeah, many of you have given the answer. Yeah, very good. So now we'll solve this one. I hope this is clear. If you're having any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so let's solve this one. Now if you see in this, 3 variables are declared: x, y and z. Okay, now what it's written, x is equal to 8 plus. So always remember this plus or minus, that is increment or decrement operator, will never going to work on the constant. Okay, it will not going to work on the constant. It will only work on the expression. It will only work on the expression. So there has to be, let's say suppose x is there, so we can write x plus, or let's say x plus y is there, we can write, okay, x plus y plus. So I mean there has to be some variable. Okay, even on this one also it will not going to work. So in this program, the output will be error. Okay, output will be error. So for example, the next one, yeah, for example, this will give you the error, right? Because on constant we are operating plus plus or minus minus. In the next, it's written like this, plus plus x plus plus. So at the same time we cannot have, I mean, plus plus x, then again we are writing plus plus, right? So this will also will give you the error. And then on the next line we are having, on the expression we are operating minus minus, so even that will give you the error. In all the three lines we are having the error. On the constant, in the first line on the constant we are operating the operator increment or decrement. Then in the second line the same operand we are doing post and pre, right? And in the third on the expression we are using this operator. So in all the three lines there is an error. Whenever you are in the exam you are writing this error and all, you must also explain, okay, why you are giving that particular error. Asad is asking, sir, 8 plus plus etc valid, so it's not valid. Okay, I just explained it's not valid. Or any constant we cannot use that operator. Okay. So I think this we were solving. Okay, so we'll solve this one first now. So let's solve this one. Try all of you. Okay, we are not having that much time, so let me explain this, and then you can solve it later. So see all of you here. We are having a is equal to 3. So I just write a is equal to 3, b is equal to 4, c is equal to 3, d is equal to 4. Okay, and then we are having x and y, and the value is not initialized. Now the first line is what? X is equal to, a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 7, right? So a equal to 5 means what? 5 will get assigned to a and 7 will get assigned to b. Okay, that thing is there. And then a and 7 will be what? So both the values are true, right? Both these values are true. So and operation will result in what? 1. So x will become what? 1. So from this statement x is equal to 1. Now the next statement is what? This one, let's check. So y is equal to, c is equal to 5 and d is equal to 8. C is equal to 5 and d is equal to 8. This is very, very important statement. All of you please pay attention. So in this particular statement, what will happen? Both values are true, right? Both values are true, but this is OR operation. So remember over here what will happen? Y will get assigned to 5. And at the same time, C value will get changed to 5. Okay, so now C got changed to 5. Now why this has happened? Y is equal to 5 because the compiler will not take that much effort to solve the second operand, because this is OR operation, and the compiler very much aware that if for the OR operation, if even if the first input is true, so there is no need to see the second input, right? Because the output will going to be 1 only, right? So compiler will not take that much effort, and the moment it will see the first input true in the case of OR operation, it will just simply calculate the output. Okay, it will not going to resolve the second expression. So d is equal to 8 will not be executed. So please remember this. Okay, x d is equal to 8 will not be executed. What is the reason? Because this is the OR operation, and compiler knows if any of the input is true, then the output will be going to true only. So if the first input is true in case of OR operation, the second expression will not be executed in case of OR. And in case of AND, if the first input is false, then the second input will not be executed, or second expression will not be executed, because if any of the input is false, then in case of AND, the output will be false only, right? See if I can write the table. 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So in case of AND, here we are having 1 in case of only this last case where both the inputs are true. So if the first input is true, if the first input is false in case of AND, then second expression will not be evaluated, because the compiler knows the output will going to be 0 only, right? So no need to evaluate the second expression. See, all compiler is optimized to solve any problem quickly, right? So it will not going to waste the time in thinking that, I mean, to resolve the second expression. Why to waste time? Because anyhow the output will going to be 0 only. Similarly, in that case, for the OR operation, if the first input is true, then the second expression will not be evaluated, because the output will going to be true only. So what I mean in the second line, c is equal to 5 will get assigned, d is equal to 8 will not be executed, and then the finally y will be assigned to 5. So till here we have solved. Now let's solve the third one. So printf a is equal to %d. So a is equal to %d. That means a ka value is, now we are having 3. Then b value we are having 4. C value we are having 5. You can write in that way. So B we are having 4, C we are having 5, then D. So D is what? 4. D is 4. Then X. X we are having how much? 1. And Y we are having, just now we wrote here, Y is equal to 5. So Y is equal to 5. Okay, this is this line. I hope all of you have understood this concept. Then let's go to this line. X is equal to A is equal to 6 and B is equal to 9. Now the thing is what here, A is equal to 6. So A is equal to 6 means what? A ka value is 3, right? Now 3 is equal to 6. Whether this is correct? No. This is a relational operator. We are checking whether 3 is equal to 6. Yes or no? So this is false, will get 0. So here the first input will become what? False. So this will become false, 0. So in case of AND operation, if the first input is false, I told you just now that second expression will not be executed. So the B is equal to 9 will not be executed, right? Now here A is evaluated to 6. So this will become false. Now the final expression value will be what? 0. So X will get what value? X will get 0 value. So now X will become 0. And then in the next line, so B is equal to 9 is not executed. In the next line where we are having B, Y is equal to C is equal to 6, then D is equal to 10. Now C is equal to 6. So C ka value is what? C is 5. So I'm saying I'm comparing whether 5 is equal to 6. No, it's false. So output will be 0. But this is what OR operation. So even if the first input is false, right, the second input may be true. So it will go and it will execute the second input, right? And the second input is what? D is equal to 10. So D got value 10. So D will get assigned to 10. And second input is true because 10 is the true value. So Y will be having now value what? Y will be assigned to 10. Let me erase this. So the now y will be 10. So the answer will be for this line a is equal to 3, b is equal to 4, c is equal to 5, d is equal to 10, then x is equal to 0, y is equal to 10. Okay, so whether all of you understood, we can verify this answer. The answer may be there. Okay, it's not written, so you can later on you can execute and you can check. But remember this concept, whether you noted down this, all of you. If you have any doubt, please ask me. And then write down the note. Okay, somewhere write the note. Somewhere write down the note, what note I want to give. Yeah, so the first in or if first input if first input is true, then second expression will not be evaluated. Second expression will not be evaluated. Remember this in case of or. In case of and, if first input is false, if the first input is false, then second expression will not be evaluated. Okay, that's why we were getting that kind of output. So remember these two stuff. These are just like short circuit effect, we can say. It's a short circuit effect of logical operators in or and and. So in case of or, if the first input is true, there is no need to execute the second expression. Similarly, in case of and, if the first expression is coming out to be false, then there is no need to execute the second expression, because we know the output. What will be the output? Even the compiler knows, and the compiler is optimized for the fast execution, so it will not going to waste time in calculating the second expression. So I hope this is clear to all of you. Okay. Jyotirmay is there.
Yes, sir.
Please take the attendance.
Okay. Roll number 1. Roll number 2.
Present.
Roll number 3.
Present.
4.